Oh yeah. Jamming. Gotta love you some Punishing Gray Raven. Wish the game wasn't such a stinker sometimes. Alright. Where is it? There we go. Alright. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Hardcore, and we're back. This time, not so much with action Taimanin today, but its other sister component, Squad. That's right. As you can see, even from the title screen itself, we've gotten some pretty substantial changes. It's no longer just Miss Asagi standing out there in front of the who's and what's it. No longer standing in front of the building and everything. The no 3D rendering stuff. Now we actually see like a just nice, fun little animated JPEG of him. Isn't that great? Let's get started. How's everybody doing today? Everybody have a good Saturday? My Saturday's been pretty good. Nice, relaxing day. Keeping it simple. Thanks to some changes at work, I didn't have to actually be there today, so it was actually really, really nice for the most part. It makes me relieved, to say the least. But obviously, not too much has changed here in the homestead. We've got ourselves good old, that sort of stuff. But what most importantly, we've got ourselves, if you can believe it, our first event. Wow, who would have thought? After a million trillion years of waiting, we finally have ourselves, oh goodness, we finally have ourselves that gosh darn event we've been looking forward to. And what an event it is. Let's check it out. This time it's this event lasts for 17 days. So it started up on Thursday, so that would be at 20 something days. So we've got about, a good portion of stuff to do. We've got ourselves like any other reward box, so it'll be like the RPGX system with also AT's boxes as well. We have the event gacha, so obviously our event character is going to be Wedding Asagi. She's pretty good to say the least. And we also have, where is it? It's in Recruit. It's in the banner. Today we also have Nanase Mai and Murasaki. Man, if you can believe it, we've actually got something to roll for once. Not just like some sort of limited character situation or some sort of package or just some sort of filler banner. No, we've actually got something to look forward to. We've obviously kept all of our limited stuff from Pity so we can actually have a chance to pick up Mai and Murasaki. Because Murasaki herself over here is a 4-star and Nanase Mai is the 5. So it at least gives you some sort of a chance to actually pick up the Purple Menace herself, which is great. I know some people out there really like her, Miss Murasaki. I'm not too big of a fan, but I appreciate what she's brought here. But the biggest surprise of all was Nanase Mai. Who would have thought that she was going to be getting her stuff out there as well? But hey, there she is. She's out there looking Miss Lusty Lady Apocalypse over here. Great stuff. So let's see what they do. We'll first take a look at Murasaki and obviously Nanase Mai. So go over here. So Nanase Mai herself has, what is it? Just like her one you get from doing the story, she's not green, she's blue, Jupiter style, very good because you'll need that for some sort of help. And she's also a tank, so she's designed to take a beating and keep on ticking. And instead of like her green version, she actually gives, instead of attack to agility allies, it's defense for everybody. So she's Brick House. So a damage scaling attack does more damage. And then there's a giant paper lotus to attack all enemies. On the final hit, inflicts 30% attack down on targets hit by said lotus at a 99%er. Lasts for 2, cooldown of 3. And if it's the technique type enemy, it also inflicts 32% crit rate down. So it actually can have both on there. So it can really incapacitate your enemies. At a 90% chance too. So it's a no chance boost. So it's really meant for her to be there to just boost up whatever she's going up against in the first place. Very good. And then her ult's going to be, wraps herself up in a paper flower for protection, gets a defense up, lasts 2 for 5. So you got to be, if you anticipate something big coming, you obviously need to get this ready. Let's see. And then grants protect ally and power up to a selected ally, so it's like a improved Murasaki effect. And if the target's type is agility or technique, protect ally effect increases by 15%. Cool. So that means if she's obviously supposed to be made to partner with somebody else. So obviously, and anybody whose agility or technique is going to be looking forward to something like that. So it's like, what's 15% of 45? Like 8 points or something? Makes it like a 50%, and another portion right there. I can't do the math right now, but it just makes it stronger. Pretty solid buff in the first place. And her passive is going to look like applies active skill disable to the fastest enemy. So she is already going to be a arena buddy for sure. Cool. If a character has shield, damage taken decreases by 7.5%. So that just increases the longevity of your shields in the first place. Because if they can't break down your shield, then it's like, well, if they take less damage to the shield, then it's like it lasts that much longer. Good on you there, Avalon. Good to see everybody again, too. Hope everybody's having a good time. She's at 1.5%. And Murasaki over here, 3.5%. So she's got the same odds as someone like Mirabelle. And she has pure white kick. Oh, she's not using her axe anymore. She got her rider kick over there. That's pretty good. Then we have a pure white flash. Spins to kick all enemies with her heels. And if her target's a power type, it inflicts accuracy down at a 90% chance. And then it gives more damage and debuff extension. Okay. 2 for 3, that's pretty good, so it's pretty spammable stuff. Actually, this is an attack all situation, so it's actually really nice. But if it's obviously, if you're not facing the correct typing here, then it just won't matter. It's just a big fat kick, to say the least. And then rushes towards the enemy, flying kick, so it's a single target. 4 CD on that. That's pretty nice. That means it can line up with a few other things, but the fact that it isn't a 5, you may have to hesitate. And then on a critical attack, active skill disable at a 45% chance. That's pretty nuts, to say the least. And additionally, if the target is a power type, inflicts 90% defense penetrate. So this is the Virgin Flight. Very cool. And then this is effectively designed to go blow up somebody, to say the least, if it's got type advantage. If there's type advantage, she'll just go over in there and kick a hole straight into their head, which is pretty nice, to say the least. I think that's nice, because it obviously like give you a single target situation for any of those like really important targets like Tokiko's, wow, Water Mom, Mirabelle, anybody that does like major damage or has some sort of important utility behind them. Obviously, if they're too fast and she dies beforehand, it's going to be a problem. What is her speed? 82. So she's obviously, since she's epic type, she needs all the help she can get. She's more or less designed to be someone that's like blows someone up for damage. So it's not too bad. And then critical resistance of all allies in arena, because that's what she's designed for. She's got an attack all, she's got boost, she's got ways to incapacitate people. I don't know, is this going to be like a more or less a trend that they're going to go for? What do you guys think? In the sense that they're going to have like, okay, we're going to have a whole bunch of these like, you know, what are they called? Characters for the arena, because obviously it's the only thing that people play. It's the only thing to do at the moment for the most part. So we'll roll for that later. Let's talk more about what Miss Asiago brings to the table. So she's a power ally, Mercury of course, just like her original version, and this time she's support, not assault. So we have Bouquet Toss. She single target hit, well no, it's a one singular hit, but it reduces target's turn gauge by 15% at a 15% chance. So that's good. It's a triple chance booster. Anytime you can reduce turn gauge is always nice, whether that's PvE or arena, because if they can't act, then you just get that much more out of it. And now I have Petal Miracle. It's a 3-turner, and we have a throws the bouquet in the air to grant a 5.5 healing overtime to all allies except for self. Lasts for 3 and gets counterattack to one ally with the highest attack. And then it increases the debuffs itself. So not bad. That's a nice healing tick. on a 3-turn cooldown, so it automatically is going to be beating out Mr. Purple Oni dude, who has like all kinds of balling ass healing, to say the least. And then obviously, I'm sure everybody's talked about it before. It's like, oh, lovely. Oh, hello, everybody. Good to see everybody making it. We're just talking to us about what the characters are bringing to the table for the most part. Because we're here at May Bride. They have this whole June event. They have the whole June Bride thing over there because it's like, June and October are the highest selected days for people getting married. So it's like May Bride. It's like, well, right now here in May, it's like what, May 19th or 20th? No, that's next week. It's May 16th. It's overcast here and it fucking rained. It's like, yeah, May Bride herself. Thanks for brightening up my day, Asiago. But anyways, Asiago offers the bouquet with a radiant smile to grant 35% crit rate up to everybody. All of our allies. Lasts for 2 turns and revives fallen allies at 30% of their max HP. It has attacking utility. It has defensive utility. I can hardly believe it. This is the first time we have anything with a revive. So obviously this makes her a very important character to bring if you're trying to push content, because you can obviously use this defensively as like, oh, I need to get back my teammate who got totally murked by, like, I don't know, moth bitch over there in tactical training or something. Because this would be obviously very nice for her. But obviously you can only use your Mercury, but anywhere else it's like, it makes sense for her to do so. Revival. I wonder if we're going to be seeing this again in the future. This is an event supporter, so maybe that's the way we're going forward. And her leader passive is going to be increases evasion of power allies by 7.5 in all battles. Evasion, we don't really have that much we're going into for evasion in the most part, so you don't have to put her in the main slot. If you really wanted to put her in the main slot, it's like, I guess you probably run Oscar or something, I don't know. Evasion is not really the deal. It's like what? Because I think we all run pretty much, it's like what? Attack, crit rate, crit damage, and speed. That's about it. That's all I've seen for the most part. 83 speed, so she's not she's not like a speed demon as the original Asagi, where if you need to be like 115 to 125 speed to get the most out of her. Because I think mine is like 115 or 116 speed, and she does just fine. Damn though, she's bulked up at 13,000 health. Girl's ready to rumble, to say the least. Of course the wedding dress is slowing her down. She's got like, well, I don't know. This is the RPGX outfit, so it's easy to take it off. Value, defense, and HP too. Depends on what we're doing. I would put like that 4 HP, the 4 core one where you have like the 15% HP tick every turn is actually really nice for support characters because you want them to stick around, so you don't want them dying to dots or anything like that. But at that point you also are at the mercy of rolling good stuff for your passives on each one of your cores, which is not fun. I had to do that earlier this week by getting a new set for my blue team, so they could actually make something useful out of it. Because obviously, like, the difference between cores and no cores, even with something like some garbage ones, is like night and day. But how events work, let's get to that, is obviously like the AT system. Oh, you've got tickets to do. You can roll 10, roll 50 times. There we go. And the boxes each have 100. And obviously you have a percentile chance describing how much, what's it going to take for you to get this in the first place. These go higher and higher and everything like that. So as the further up you go, down to less 0.2%, great stuff. But it also gives you stuff like, resources and everything like that, which is always very, very valuable. This is pretty much what we've been waiting for, because obviously events are always a wonderful place to go get your resources up and everything. And the missions, I messaged them about this earlier. These are also tied to your daily missions. Like you go do your daily missions and quests and shit. Like play arena, do this, do that, do everything here. They have a collect all feature. There is no collect all feature here in event missions, so you have to each individually collect each one. Get it right the first time so you reduce your trips. I think the only one that's different is you just play like main story 8 times and then it's effectively like that. It's like everything is based off of 3, and then here it's like you have to do it to 10 or 5 depending on what's going on. And of course they've got the event story. Or after 3 days, 2 hours. Cool. After Lily Cascade. Oh, that's her weapon. So today, obviously, we've got to get ourselves... We need to get her, which is 4 boxes worth. So that means we need at least a minimum of what? 400 pieces? Obviously, that's in the last few days. You have to do your event mission. So let's get started with these. In the special event shop, you can spend gems. 400 gems for 5 tickets. Just do your chores, bros. Discount of 8 tickets. Oh my god, 150 gems. Holy shit. 3 days or 24 days later. That's next Tuesday. Zooey mama. That's gonna be rough to say the least. Well, let's hopefully we get it today. Because honestly, at this point, it's like I'm thinking, all right, I want to do that. So I'm going to do that and read the stuff today. I need to get it done to, we have to skip part of the boxes. And you know how I feel about that. I love clearing out all of the boxes, especially this early in the game when we kind of need resources. Mr. Worldwide. Get out of there. Yesterday I didn't do much farming in here, even though it was like discounted EXP, discounted, what's it called? Story XP, discounted AP for story. I just played Neo all day. I didn't want to fucking do that. I did that at the end of the day, and I was like, I don't want to sit here and watch the gameplay itself. So... You ever have that like obsessive compulsive moment where it's like, all right, I'm gonna do this. So I've been playing a lot of Neo 2, and I didn't know this. Neo Tengu is in the game as a secret boss. Like you gotta collect like 3 things in the DLC, and you get to go fight her. She's a bit of a pushover because she uses the same moves that she does in 5 and 6. Well, in Dead or Alive 5 or 6. So she's you can block anything that she does and she gets totally floored because she has so many active frames on her moves and doesn't do a lot of key damage. So I was like, oh fuck yeah, Neo Tengu. I love Super Burby. Like I remember a billion years ago when I was in high school and they announced the release of we're making Dead or Alive 5, bros. Here's some new characters. Okay, here's Neo Tengu. And then she does the fucking she turns to the camera and then licks her lips. I'm like, whoa, I'm pogging here, bros. That blew my mind. I'm like, women can do this? Oh my god, I have to get it. And I've been playing the game ever since. I've never actually gotten very good at Neo Tengu herself. So what happened was, I don't want to watch this game for the next like 3 hours. So I had an obsessive compulsive moment. And I sat down and I played 225 matches with Neo Tengu in one day. So I could learn how she plays for the most part. And that was really cool. I've gotten a lot better with her. So I was like, oh, that'd be cool. I have to remember, though, it's like I still have my my funny mods still active in DOA 5. So I have to be careful on how I would stream that. Because I would love to do that. Because because I was playing with my friend one day. And it's like... Oh, there's actually still an active online base for this. Cool. I can actually go play this. I can actually go play this online. Alright. Oh, extermination and half off with item drops. Yes, sir. Cool. What do I need more of? Low. I don't need that. I kick her ass good. I've yet to do the expert version of that because she's bitch is hard. She's good at making me hard. Oh yeah, I've never completed this. Cool. Yeah, I was doing it. Well, mostly when I play to practice in DOA 5, it's like I use Ayane because she's very quick and she's also a very good character in general. So if you can go up against her, she's if you can go up against her and like Kasumi and effectively all the Ninja Gaiden people, they're very good and also required for you to like learn how to play the game correctly, or else you're gonna get your ass handed to you. I have not done this in like forever, so I need to. Oh wait, let's go to actually do the main story stuff before we forget. Because I ended up farming this, and I think like my guy now is like 2 level 6s on that, and I have to get this up as well, which is crazy to say the least. I've done this stage more often than so damn often. I don't even know how it's done. Yeah, there he is. There's my special little man right here. I haven't gotten him. He's at 78 speed, so he's the slowest thing on the field. But there you go, both at level 6. That means it's like that's over 1,000 little tokens of him. He's just a little hero. But that was some pretty nuts news to say the least, because what is it? Wakana Yamazaki, obviously, Ayame's VA died. She died in April, sad to say, but they finally had probably all their services and everything out. They wanted to probably break the news sometime in May, which is fine. I understand that they all want to have their time with their loved ones and everything like that to get everything resolved before breaking the news. Which also means, like, well, that means she's not going to be in last round for 6. Well, obviously, there's probably, well, anytime they do a last round version of those games, they just have, let's actually turn on the audio. When they do those sort of things in the first place, all they do is just reuse some assets and they turn some things up. Dude, robot on robot violence, that's not cool, bro. I mean, she wasn't actually that old for the most part, wasn't she? She was only like, I think like 68 or something like that. I mean, they're not going to retire the character in any capacity. She was in the new Ninja Gaiden game and everything, so there's nothing. They will keep her around. She's obviously one of the biggest draws of the series, besides, Miss Kasumi Ninja herself. So they're not. Wait, I'm gonna do that. 66. Damn, that's like 2 years older than my dad. Zooey mama. He beat you with Marie. Marie's fucking terrible. Like, Marie's designed to be like, oh, she's like a death by 1,000 cuts type of character where she's, just whooping some ass. It's like, you get any heavy character or she gets caught in a hold in any capacity, she just folds like paper. Like, I think she has like the lowest HP pool in the game. So it's like she gets hit by a meaty or something like that, and she's just done. Acquire 3 characters. It's like tactical training. It's like cool. Go here. That's what I wanted to do. Take that up. Crit damage versus attack cores. Well, let's see. Aki herself has a built-in critical boost, so on mine I have a bunch of crit damage on her in the first place. So whenever she does crit, it's like it's a big nuclear explosion. But that leaves you at the whimsy of getting actually really good crit rate rolls on there. Because I always see it like this. I get like the what is it called? I'm losing my train of thought here. I'm getting derailed. What is it called? Characters who have low amounts of hits in their attack, like whenever they do their little basic string or something, like the one that they use every turn as in terms of filler, because that's the skill you're going to see the most often. or their ult only hits one time to a single enemy, I put like attack damage cores on them because it makes them hit harder and they have less of a chance to crit. Because it's like you could roll critical rate on that, because it's like you would want attack cores with critical rate so it makes those hits count. You could probably even go for like an attack core with critical damage on it if you know your team has like a good composition of critical rate boosting. Like Miss Asiago, like we're going to be picking up soon. She has that, so she could bring on a lot of that stuff in the first place. Extermination, get cores. I hate this so. I hate playing the arena 5 times. Oh god, it's terrible. Let's get it out of the way. That's right, get me out of here, please. I hate doing the arena. It's always a nightmare to do. Great. Let's just do this so I can get it out of the way. Because Fumaaki actually has like several multi-hit attacks in the first place. Oh, that's right, we're a bit full. Let's proc her explosion. But I mean, it's also it's understandable to be worried if your favorite character is going to be totally shit on, to say the least. Because it's like, congratulations, they keep fucking up your characters that you like so much, and you spend so much time learning them, and now they're just going to be effectively worthless. That's like my least favorite thing about it. Alright, now we actually have the type disadvantage ones, so let's do that. 100 Ghost March! Oh, you evaded, you freaking bitch! Freaking bitch, how could you how can she slap? Can you do it? Yeah, there you go! That's my girl right there. See, the thing is, it's like, I'd like to pick up last round for DOA 6, but it's also like, I always think back to like, I played 6 with my friend when it came out, and my favorite character in the game is Rachel. I really think she's awesome. She's super slow, but she's I love my slow characters, because if you learn how to distance yourself properly and learn how to not get overwhelmed or use your distance tools, they turn out to be some really extremely heavy hitters. So I started like, so Rachel's natural costume, the one she has in Ninja Gaiden, it's very revealing, and this is during their core values segment that they were going through. It's like, this is our core values, to say the least. It's like, bro, it's like, you cannot be kidding me, because like before 6 they released Extreme 3, and that's when, you know, obviously Murray Rose and and Honoka are in there. And in that, it's like, you know, what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about with that? So Rachel's costume is like extremely censored in there. She's wearing her regular outfit, but she's got like this gigantic dark black bra and spat situation she's wearing, and it's like, this is terrible. Like, it's like this garbage looking texture mod that they did for it, just to, you know, do that. And it's like, I hate the way it looks. Because mechanically 6 is also like, it's solid for the most part. I wonder what they're going to change in last round, because like obviously from like 5 and then also the last round version, they made some changes to the characters as well. I remember I bought my copy of Extreme 3. This is really neat, because I have on my PS4 I have purchased around the same time as Neo 1 and Dead or Alive Extreme 3. I bought the I bought the Japanese version of it, and I can't fucking read it. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I'm out here I'm sitting here deciphering the menus to see where they go. And it's like, this is rough. So I ended up buying the game again, but in English. I bought the Play Asia version, because obviously, oh, they don't sell the English version in stores anymore. It's like you just buy it online or whatever. This is obviously a pre-penis vacation, so you don't get any of that cool stuff with it, to say the least. Alright, with Murasaki, with Yuka Kazagan, I feel very good. Extreme 3 is very weird for me, because my favorite of the games is 2. I really, really enjoy it, because 2 manages to capture the feel of going on a summer vacation, which is a very, very good feeling. I love that a lot. So they have a bunch of like licensed music in there as well, and it's a really, really good soundtrack. I highly recommend it. Literally go look up in YouTube Dead or Alive Extreme 2 soundtrack, and just go listen to that, because it's that's probably the reason why they can't like license not like list the game again or anything like that, because it's because of all the music licenses inside. So when you go over to Extreme 3, the game is just full of that. It's just full of like somewhat generic music, if I would say so myself. So it's very uneventful. It did not remind me of my time when I went to the Philippines, to say the least, where everything, it's like a nice tropical situation. I'm listening to music, hanging out with people, having a good time. And then it's like with Extreme 3, they took away some of the more active mini games, as if it wasn't already like a menu simulator itself. Like, as if it already wasn't a menu simulator, it's like that 3 really went into it, and then obviously Penis Vacation, you know, is the final nail in the coffin for that. I'm like, I really hated that, because mechanically, because Extreme 3 brings a lot of really cool stuff to the table, but takes away certain things. Vote for the top 10 characters to be in the game was a mistake. Yeah, no shit. Nobody from America is gonna be in the game. It's like, yeah, we don't have anybody. Like, no. They finally, what is it? They didn't add characters over time. I'm thinking of Venus Vacation, because I think it took several years from when Venus Vacation English released to actually get Tina in the game. And then I'm playing, like, sometimes I come back to like Venus Vacation, and it's like I don't know who anybody is. And they also don't have that look. They don't have that fierce, distinctive look like you have to have in a fighting game. So nobody looks very good in the first place. They all have that they have the Asiatic gravure look. And it's like, if you like that sort of thing, that's very good. But nobody has like a crazy defining feature that makes them set out. Like Helena, Nia Tengu, Tina, and several others are in the game as well. Leaving on the island on the last day. She says Grammy, not Grammy. Oh no, they never did it. I don't know, maybe they changed it. I don't know, with how the game was taken, to say the least. Maybe they didn't want to go back and change it. I hope to God that if they don't, like, when last round finally releases for 6, I hope to God they don't touch 5, because it's gonna break all my mods. Make her less likable in the next game because of Marie Rose. That's right, because Marie Rose is like the single most important character in the franchise. If anything, I want to see if they're going to add like characters from Venus Vacation in the last round. Like, people did that for Private Paradise for 5, and it's like, because I went back and looked at some stuff for 5, because I've been playing it a lot today, and I was thinking to myself, like, wow, you can visually see like the difference between like the modded textures and the original game's textures, because it's like, wow, This released in 2012. That was 14 years ago for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. It looks exactly how I expected, but boy does it still look good. Because I think Extreme 2 was also a near release title for was nearly on the Xbox 360's release, and it looks exactly like it, and it's like, this is awesome. Because I remember I got the game and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is technology in action. I'm sad to say there's no like modding scene for that game for the most part. I'm like, oh, wish there was. But every time I see someone posted a tweet about that the other day, about how there's like, oh, I don't know, something about like, oh, it's this uncensored world. It's like, this is the Dead or Alive Extreme 2. This is what they took from you. It's like, did you not forget that this game has like $800 of DLC? This was like at the very beginning of the Xbox's lifespan too. So everything cost a goddamn arm and a leg. And you had to use Microsoft points. I hated that shit. They wanted to separate themselves from Sony, who just used fiscal values and everything like that for the sake of simplicity. Microsoft's like, no, they have a really shitty point conversion, which is stupid. But either way, it's like, oh, it's like people like talk about, oh my god, it's like, this is what they look like. This is what they looked like in the past. I'm like, okay, bro, you're not gonna talk about like the bajillion dollars of DLC and how mediocre the game actually is. It's like, don't even look at me. What's up there, Jeff? How you being? All right, we got ourselves. We finally did the arena. That's good. At least having people to talk to makes that a little bit easier. Unicorn Overlord. Is that the one that they released in the 90s? That has like, you know, obviously the really good old-fashioned detailed Vanillaware sprites. Is some sort of like beat 'em up RPG, like the Dungeons and Dragons game for arcade. Tactical training, extermination. Okay. Green. All right, let's get this through. That would be that. Oh yeah, now we go finally to the Pepsi Stadium. They changed the background for the training center, so we're in the we're on the holodeck. So it's like, all right, here we go. We're fighting Mystery Dude over here with his blown out pomegranate. Because obviously I don't have any like good teams for this or like care about composition. I just like, all right, get it going and get it done. But we play in the Pepsi holodeck. It's very delicious. Somebody. Oh, I gotta see this time. That means it's from because last time I did this I got a B on it. Like, oh well. Let's see. Milestone event. Oh, that's right. We need to use 10,000 AP. Do you know how hard it is to actually use 10,000 AP? Because even when you sit there and farm stuff all day, every day, you still can't. It takes you forever to do it. And the fact you need to use 20,000 to get a shitload of gems is another thing. Because it's like, in the last few days I've only used like 2,500. I think I only have like 22 of these, so that's not enough to get it going. Surprise, it's a gift from the team. We have 10,000. What is Shining Force? I've heard of that series before, but I don't know anything about it. Like, what is a Shining Force? Is that like Burning Rangers, where you like play as firefighters on the Sega Saturn? That's pretty cool. There's also the Fireman for the Super Nintendo. That's another good game too. I think it's made by Hudson as well. There's a Burning Rangers is something else. I think that's made by Sega. Sega internally. Acquire cores. Let's just go here. No, wait. Acquire any cores 3 times. What a better thing to do than go to the research lab and make some more cores. Because it's like, there you go. Attack cores down. Getting speed for Rinko was a really big fucking piece of shit too. Because that's like, it takes 10 of these to make one. So I need 60 just to get it done. It's 5. Let's make an HP tick one so we can keep our supporters around. It's an old Genesis RPG. You got an army of colorful characters around the bend and do all kinds of stuff. Have you heard of the High Elves? Alright, now we can go do extermination. It's like, here's a weird thing I'm gonna say. I almost wish that energy costs weren't down so I could use more AP. And I could use more AP and finish and get things faster, because they were only at 2,500 AP for the last couple of days. I'm like, I know crazier things have been said, but it's like that's how I wanted to put it. It's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe you would say something like that. Well, we need Micah. Let's put our speed team on there. We need elemental advantage, so we'll get her. So everybody's really fast. Team Skeet on bleed, and we have Micah. Just barely faster than this. Did they even put Rose in the Street Fighter 5? Because obviously she was in there in 4. But my thing is like, is she even in there in the first place? It's like, I don't even know if I don't play that game, so I don't know. Oh, that's right. She got a kill with this. She got an extra turn. Seal of the Dark Moon. Then we go to the expert stage so we can do that. You're just a hater if you can't go and do it and get a new mate. That's ridiculous. How could anybody say something like that in the first place? It's like you can't just like playing the one character. It just really vibes with you. You understand how they work, and you can, you know, how to treat situations with this character. No, just completely uproot your entire understanding of the game and go play this other character who's quote unquote good now. That's like the one thing I don't like about those kind of games in the first place. Because at least with like the titles where they didn't have the chances to patch it, you know, everybody had a certain... There are obviously characters who are better than others, but at least you could play them, and like you could play everybody and they had some sort of viability. Now with like everybody having ability to like hot patch all kinds of shit, I needed to change that. That's not good. With the ability to like hot patch everything for the most part, they're just like, okay, I'm just gonna do this and make your character like effectively useless at this point. Like, why? Why are you doing this? What is Seal the Dark Moon? You have that. Okay, let's see. Oh, cool. I didn't want to see that. I need to know what... But fulfills the condition for instant defeat. Okay, how many does it take to do that? If the character doesn't have any increases, has 4 or more debuffs, deals instant death at a fixed chance of 25%. Okay. Cool. That totally doesn't sound shitty at all. So you have to bring a Dispel with you. Munetaka! Oh, I wanted him to get the last hit. Look at that, he lived. He lived because he had the shield. Ah, now we have to do it again because somebody died. Now we can't sweep it because we actually have to... We've got to consider our team composition now. Who has Dispels? Wait a minute, why don't I just do that? Let's bring, no, we need to keep Mr. Robot. There we go. The bonding, they're brothers in bondage. There we go. It's like, look at that. Oh, dude, Tatsu, you doing so good, bro? You're at 98 speed now. Oh, you're almost as fast as your sister. Oh, man, what a guy. Cool stuff, bro. Looking good. Try again. It's XPS 12C Mero. Of course, he's a big boy. He's packing more than just the idea of being a gigantic fat ass robot. Stop hurting him. He has to live. He has to live until we find the end of the until we actually get to the battle itself. Munetaka. Go get him, bro. Oh, they don't even have voice lines for the robots. Oh, that sucks. Accuracy down. You could go find yourself a fucking spike to suck on, you dickhead. Was that a good decision for them to do that? Like, wiping the entire slate clean of all the characters and starting brand new? Because obviously, it's a very, very risky move for them to do so. But obviously, people have certainly come to really appreciate who they are as time has went on. But I wonder how it was on release when that happened. Like, they said to themselves, like, when all those characters released, everybody was like, what the fuck is this? Who are these guys? I don't like that. I don't want to touch I ain't no street fighting with those dudes anymore. Something like that. Extra turn, baby, yes! Oh, that's not good. He actually got the buff off in the first place. I hate that. I didn't want to use that. That's right. We're failing the expert daily mission. I also don't have any cores on my robot. I probably shouldn't have brought him along for this. Ah, that's good. Very. I love that. That's good. We made it because the very, very OP. What is it? It's the current strategy of using debuff extension Because it's like, you can buff yourself, which is good, but if you give yourself more turns, you have more opportunity to deal more damage, which is a big mainstay in tactical training. Because obviously, I think it's what the team, I forget what the composition of it's for, is you need Rinko, you need Tatsuro, because they keep extending slow debuffs off of each other, and you need, like, I think Shisui also does that as well. She extends debuffs on her skill 2. And then there's like some other fourth character you need. I think it's like, it's either Shiranui or I think it's what's her face? Oh, Tokiko. Tokiko does that too. There we go. We got it. That's good. Challenge mode's a different beast, to say the least. I have not done that for the most part. I need to do it more often. This one I haven't done as well because, like, it's rough. So let's go here. What do I want to do today? Actually, this is a good time to do it, so I'll go over here, check out the... what's it called? Oh my god, I can't remember. Oh, we need to go to research lab and then type research. I need to power up my Asiago, so we need to get some more red stuff. Because that's also like the easiest farm for me. I have the stuff to do it. I need low materials too. Give me all. Well, as a matter of fact, you don't really need all of them either. Who has my favorite ult visually in squad? Raksha says I see a lot, so I really enjoy that one. Sakura's is actually very good too. I like that one because she just like calls upon her shadow animals and just has them go maul everybody. Because Mirabelle's is just sitting there just like... his is a classic aura farming situation where she just like... big gals don't look at explosions. I don't know, what are your guys' favorite ultimates from it if you're playing it? But speaking of Capcom, though, I looked. They had a release the other day of like cumulative sales over the lifetime of like these series, or like of these games. And obviously, like, you know, Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, and Street Fighter have like massive sales. And I was thinking to myself, it's like, oh, I wonder how many sales it's like they have. It must be like what, 5 or 6 million or something. And it's like, no, Resident Evil 4, I think like across all features of it from it's a release in like 2004 or 5, has sold I think like 16 million copies. That's over like the lifetime sales or anything like that, which is like crazy for me to think about because it's like Capcom is not a very small company. I don't know where I got the idea from that. So if their games aren't making gangbuster sales or anything like that, they're just gonna be like, that's not okay. We can't be doing that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It is just insane for me to think about. It makes that much. They make that much. They make that many sales for that sort of stuff. I think like what, Resident Evil 7, the one where they introduce like Shaky Cam and Ethan and friends, and it's like that game sold like fucking what, 19 million copies or something over the course of its life. Crazy. Snake Ladies is pretty cool too with the big wrestler entrance. I'm like, that's cool. They have certainly put the effort in other places, to say the least. Because obviously this game is bare bones as fuck. We're still in the beta to this day. But they certainly put the time and effort into ultimates and everything like that. Kurenai is, that's a really good one. Kurenai just used hers, and that reminded me specifically, you know, they usually use just like some sort of regular effect, like, okay, they have, what is it called? Some streaks, some like light effects and everything. No, they did the thing where it's like they have, in manga, where the characters like have the speed lines over them, and it's like they have a distortion effect applied to their person because they're moving so quickly. And it's like they did that for Kurenai, but in like with a 3D effect. And I'm like, wow, they really stepped it up. It's not totally terrible. But since I keep seeing all the ults so often, it's like I end up skipping a lot of them for the most part. Oh, 100%. That's literally what this is. They what is it? I remember I said this on release. The game is obviously extremely bare bones. They need to figure out what the fuck they're supposed to be doing for the most part, and like they literally don't know. So they needed to recuperate their funds and release the game in January. This is well, they put the beta out in January. They effectively just did that so they could, you know, have something coming in for this. Because I certainly appreciate the degree of listening that they've done. They would make pretty substantial changes on the fly, to say the least. We know that for sure. Because it's like, literally from week to week, the game changes so much. Like, oh, we have a wave of nerfs and buffs that come out. Oh, we have some sort of like literally this week. Okay, Wednesday they put the video and the tweet out to announce, hey, guess what? We're going to be having the game's first event for 3 characters people really like. Well, 2 characters people really like. Nanase Mai actually has like her own Daki, Drama CD, Tapestry, and other stuff, so she's pretty well liked. But it's the matter of fact is like, oh, thanks for damn near shadow dropping a fucking event. I hate that. I'm like, I would really like a little bit more preparation for that. I really don't want open world. I'm so done with it. I don't want another Hoyo game. I really don't. No, you know what they should do? They should do like retool Action Taimanin into a grounded urban fantasy game. You know, grounded urban fantasy combat game where you can chill out with the characters at Gosha Academy while they complete missions and help other people around the world. Yeah, that's what we need. Zenless Zone Zero, but for Taimanins. That's what I wanted, to say the least. Ugh. Oh, hang on. I need to turn the crock pot down. I'll be back. Yeah, just imagine that. They have the audacity to really go say to themselves, the April Fool special is what, like the Taimanin fighting game. It's like, I would have liked that. You guys put the effort in the menu. It's like, why not? Go ahead and do it. I'd like to see it. It's like, who do you think would be like the cast for the Taimanin fighting game? Like, we'll just get out, like, you know, like, don't go for like the basic characters. Think about like some weird, like, they'd probably make their own OCs for some of the game, and then obviously they'd have a couple of returning characters as well. Like, I'd fully expect, you know, like Team Taimanin and Asagi, Yukikaze's team, anything like that. So we'd expect, you know, like those characters in the first place. At least that's how I'd go about thinking about it. Because there's already so many of those in the first place. Not so many of those Taimanin fighting games. It's like, yes, I totally expect Kurenai, Sakura, Asagi, Murasaki, all those people to show up. Everything like that. Because I think like a good addition would probably be like, obviously, Rakshasa. She would be good in there because, you know, she's just another sword fighter. If anything, it would end up being like Samurai Showdown with like how many people use swords and everything. Who's that one with the smoke? The smoke. Big Smoke. Yes, we'll put Big Smoke in the Taimanin fighting game. He's right at home. Of course, Eddie Black, he'd make it too. Foxy Grandma. Foxy Grandma would make it in for sure. What's up there, Panda? How you been? Glad to see you. We're just farming it out here, trying to at least get enough copies to get Asagi to get the first part of the event, because the second half is spend 10,000 AP, and I'm not getting that done today. Yeah, Shido Rinka's another smoke user. Because I think we discussed this before. It's like there's several factors to each person who uses those elements. Like Asagi's like Hawk Art. There's other people who have it as well, at least like more diminished versions of it. But obviously the best example is Rin and Shikanosuke. Rin is like, you know, Metallica, Ride the Lightning, and then it's like Shikanosuke is like, ooh, I need to put static guard on my clothes. It's too shocking. Something like that. And then Inage's got like, well, Inage just smokes a lot. She has like, she takes the life force energy from people to like make her younger or like revert back to old age. That's her actual power. Hold on, here's ready for Fat Kid ASMR. Time to eat some pizza, everybody. Darn. Ready to eat. We don't talk about how beautiful they are. Oh, I think we do. They put very well, at least in the squad they put they're very forward about how much details they put into the women. Because I remember like, what is it, 2 months ago they leaked the information of like, okay, here's a roadmap of characters who are going to be coming out. So they had like, you know, some characters and everything, but in this case it's like I instantly saw they had Kara, Foxy Grandma, Snake Lady, and Astaroth. I'm like, cool. That makes me happy. The characters I like are actually getting into the game, so that makes things easier. I know what to wait for, to say the least. Sometimes it almost feels like it's on purpose. Oh. Well, of course, I gotta eat. That's what we gotta do here. So you gotta eat with me, guys. We're having a Taiman's got gangbangs, we got mukbangs here. I'm trying not to eat in the microphone. You never had a snake-like tongue? She sticks her tongue out in a lot of her stuff. There's actually a scene in, I think it's either, pretty sure that one was in Taba, where she's eating out Fuma's ass, and she's got like a whole foot-long tongue like she's Gene Simmons or something, and she's really giving him the business back there. I mean, it's like, I've got to eat too. This, not much to do. This is like, oh, it's like using my microwave. I set and forget it. My Taimanin game has set and forget technology. I mean, it's, what is it? Taimanin is like the ultimate femdom experience. You could probably put it that way, because it's a world that's effectively all the decisions are either managed by like nefarious or dubious males who have to answer to women in some sort of aspect. So the whole revenge fantasy is like going up against women in there for like the domination loss scenario. And they're just like, oh my god, I hate you, woman. Get out of here. And then obviously shenanigans ensue. And that's it. That's about how it goes for the most part. And then it's like, because every male in the series is just destined to either be like, it takes a whole army of them to just get anything done against like even the simplest of low-ranked Taimanin. And that's always like a really big thing in the story too, is that they have to make sure like, you're weak, you're terrible, you could never handle them. It's like, on the contrary, I just did. Nana boo boo, stick your head in doo doo. Well, that's in Taimanin Kurenai, but there she is. And then it's like, that's in Taimanin Kurenai. Whatever happens else is anyone's guess. You know, it's really weird for me to think about this, but I just realized something. We don't actually see like Taimanin do like pure infiltration, like where they're sneaking around in something, sneaking around in some case, and actually gathering intelligence and reconnaissance. Like the first time we actually see that really is well, no, I can't say that, because it's like I'm already thinking back to like the first two Taimanin and Asagi games where the sisters are dressed up as working girls to try to find information. But that's like what, 30-45 minutes of like the first two games, and then it's like, you know, they're doing their stuff and that's about it. Well, that's specifically in 2. Because in Taimanin Yukikaze 1 and 2, you actually get to see the girls, you know, working. Like they're just like sitting there gathering information. You get to see what, you get to hear what they've gathered, do all that stuff. Especially in 2, when they're, you know, like they're at the school and, you know, like doing all the tasks and everything, especially on Rinko's side. Espionage, that's it. Yeah, I just realized like they do that in 1 and 2. That's something I liked seeing, is like they get in the nitty gritty of like, you know, the girls actually working besides like you know, getting turned inside out by whoever it is, or getting cheat on they man or some shit like that. That's the whole, like, that's fine and dandy. That's part of it. I expect it. I like it when they actually I like to see their world expand a little bit more. Like, they're not just a pretty face getting mangled, to say the least. They actually can do their job if they're given the opportunity. Which is actually like Rinko popping up in the loading screen reminded me of that. She's actually really competent when she's not, you know, getting turned inside out because she made bad decisions in the story. You know what I would really like to see? I would like to see Shizuru doing more stuff. Like actual espionage things, because that's her whole thing right there. Is just infiltration. We actually get to see like a lot of that in AT because of the nature of like how they implemented her in the story. Is that she's just there to, like, you know, gather evidence, be like the be like the liaison for what's going on, and obviously accomplishes her own thing. Yeah, because I remember specifically in Yukikaze 2, where what is it? Where Shizuru is like, oh, she's got the worm in her system, and it's like if you take out, no, it's the chip. If you take the chip out of her, the story ends. The story ends right there, because you have the foresight to take the chip out, and then like they find out it's a tracker. They find out where everything is, and they just bring Asagi and Sakura to bulldoze everything down and kill everybody there. And it's like, that's cool. And it's sad to say, obviously, like, no, you can't do that. Well, you can. That's like the best possible ending for that sort of situation, too. Let's see, in other news, I think it was the other day on Monday. On Monday, they announced two new Dakimakuras to come out, and 2 new drama CDs to accompany them. One is Asuka. I'm very excited about that because it's the first new physical non-tapestry release for her in probably about 10 years. Which is, it's pretty great. They take the nugget thing. They take the nugget thing to the next level, and it's like, obviously they put her in some bondage, similar situation to Ingrid, to the Bunny Ingrid one that they released a few years ago. And I think this is Shizuru's first pillowcase as well. And it's the modern implementation of Shizuru. So she looks like Passion Lip from Fate Grand Order, and it's like, it's huge. I'm like, whoa. God damn. But it's I'm very excited for the Asuka stuff. I love Hot Robot. If you didn't know that already, I'm a big fan of her. Really am. I think she's great. But that's perfect. It's like, yeah. It's like, you know, if you made the right decisions in the first place during this scene, it's like, you wouldn't be here right. They wouldn't be here right now. Let's solve the problem and get out of there. Okay? Congratulations. Congratulations, this is what happened. It's like, please let this happen. I know they have to be a little bit less competent. Oh, that's going to be a really fun one to get to during making the video. Making a video about that, because it's both sides. You either choose Rinko or Yukikaze, and you come back at the end. And obviously it's Taimanin Yukikaze 1 is all about Miss Yukikaze herself, and 2 is Yukikaze is there, but it's more about Rinko. She is definitely bisexual. Oh no, she just... You could say she is bisexual, but I think she just loves inflicting pain in the first place. That's her whole thing. I need to stop these now, because now I don't have enough resources to do it to level 3. So now how about this? So if you guys have been keeping up with the series for many years, you'll notice that there's been art style changes as time has went on. Obviously, Kagami has changed many times over the years. But what do you think about the various changes that they made to characters because of art style stuff? Like Oinagisa and Kagami, like those sort of artists of the series. Like, in terms of like design for the characters, how much has that affected you guys? Do you think they have gone in a certain direction that you liked or disliked or anything like that? What do you think? But in terms of like, who are the canonically lesbian Taimanins? It's like, the food teacher lady, I know she is for sure because she's got her gal pal that's a permanent supporter in, she's a permanent supporter in Squad. So that's always a wonderful thing. That's always a wonderful thing to hear about. Could they ever actually call Murasaki a lesbian? This doesn't really feel like the series to go just say like explaining whether or not there's a form of sexuality a character has. Like fucking, what is it? They're gonna say Asuka because she has robot limbs, she's gonna be non-binary or something, and I'm like, they could just make anything up at that point. I don't care. The wrong one. I didn't want to do that. Oh, does it drop both? I think it does. Yes. I don't know why I did that. Like history repeating itself. Let's use a couple of that. 352. Thank you, Pseudo. I knew you would get it. Because the designs there, you know, like, they're pretty women in a bad situation. It was more along the lines about being in a bad situation. 3 is obviously like the biggest change to the style, where everything is digitized and cleaned up. And now it's pretty women in a situation. Bad is, well, depends on who you're asking. That was my whole thing about it. Because it's like, what is it, Asagi in 3, where she's in like the shackles, and she's getting like totally, no, it's not in the shackles, it's in the stocks or something. It's the one that's like, it has like, you put your head in there and it holds your hand. She's in one of those and she's getting messed up. And it's like, the art's very clean, and it's like, this is a big jump from 1 and 2. Well, it's obviously because 3 is 10 years older than 2. I think the most literal that they've taken, well, thanks to the nature of the series itself being able to just be like, we can slap a penis on anything and it's okay. Because it just pretty much won't matter because because it's a non-canon situation. Like the wedding scene between Murasaki and Asagi where, you know, just gets a big old boner pole and just gets to banging, which is like, that's cool. It's I think that's the most direct response that they've taken towards that kind of a character, like whether the gay straight situation or whatever. I think it's the most that they've gone for because the series is just generally weird, so there's no like reason to point out sexuality or anything because at the end of the day, like I think 80% of all scenes in the entire series is just straight sex, and that's it. You know, over the course of the last like year, I've been having to use Sakura more often and a lot of other stuff. Like obviously doing my videos, reading about Sakura, having her getting the update recently too helped. I've been having to see like a lot of stuff with her in the first place, and it makes me think like they really they care about her. They care about her in a visual sense, like everything about her looks really good. There's never a time for Sakura where she does not look good. And like here in Squad, like they gave her some fat ones on her chest to say the least. She's looking big here, which is like, that's good. That's what Sakura should be. Even though it's like she's obviously younger than her sister by a pretty good chunk of years actually. But this makes me laugh. It's like she should be bigger than her sister. That's fine. There they are. The sisters club. I've certainly changed my stance over the years about like Sakura being a massive problem and everything. Like a lot of things are to blame because of certain things she does, but it's not like she's like the cause of problems for like the bigger picture or something, which is fine. She's only like really stupid because of the way that they just treated her in probably the last 10 years. Like obviously, like I'm sure we've all gone over this at some point, like the visual novel character of Sakura versus the RPGX and AT version of her where she's like dumb as a box of rocks. I mean, she obviously uses her laughing about a situation or trying to add a little bit of levity to a series that's extremely serious is very important. That's like her whole thing. But now it's like, now that she's not the only character that did it, like now she gets like a little too wacky to say the least. Yeah, did any of you guys use Asset Studio for this game? I need to, I need help with that. Cause it's like, my man's trying to use it, but it gives me an error. and I can't, and it won't load anything else. And obviously, I need some help to get some assets. No, that's some help, you know. Damn, what is the delay on this? It's a lot. That's a really big problem for Sakura, is that she just, if there's just too many characters, no, this is like a Senran Kagura situation. This is a really good equating to it. Senran Kagura 1 and 2, that is a core of like, there's the core 10 girls, and then the other sideline people like the teachers, Hanzo, Kurokage, everybody like that. Ikuruga's brother. They do all that stuff, and they have a lot of time to develop each and every one of the characters, which was great. I really liked that series because it had like all the girls were really pretty, obviously, but you could take the story seriously, and their struggle was like, you know, something you could not understand, but you believed in their cause. And then you have and also the gameplay was pretty cool too. Burst was like this like weird ass like beat 'em up situation, and then they refined the combat in Senran Kagura 2 so well, but it sold poorly, so they had to pivot. So then I did a playthrough of Shinobi Versus, I think like 3 years ago, and that was interesting to say the least, because they did that on the 10th anniversary of the series, when the series released. And that was really interesting. That was really fun for me because I always consider where Shinobi Versus is where the original Senran Kagura series with Homer and Asuka ended, and the Yumiverse begins, because that's where it ended, because that's what happens. Because with Shinobi Versus, they add in 2 more schools. Well, they added 2 more teams, which creates. You have to now have character development for 20 characters, and obviously the more you spread it out, you need to distill new characters into some. You need to have a lot of development for new characters, and you still need to do a lot of but you don't have to do as much for older characters. But as time goes on, you don't have the reiteration needed for like new people that came in because of like it's a newer title, there's a bunch of new characters you like, those sort of things. That sort of stuff creates the problem of, oh no, now we need to remind who these characters are, what they believe in, so they get a little, their ideas and what they portray themselves gets distilled so much that they just become a joke of themselves. It's terrible. I really hate it. Shinobi Versus is mechanically very nice, but it's I think like Estival Versus was actually like even worse, because then everybody just like fell down the stairs, to say the least, in terms of development, which is like really sad. And I'll never forget that in order to fight Shin, you have to buy the DLC that has Jasmine in it, and that fight's fucking hard. Because that's they fully expect you to be like max level with the characters that you're going to be using for this for that part of the story, and like I hated that. I mean, I have it on my PS4, but I'm like, this is stupid. Why did you do that? After Versus, they really didn't know what to do. That series is a mess. .306, 464. That's 10 more cubic inches than the Chevy 464. 454. That's it. I wish I had one of those, like the Chevy 454 SS from like the mid 90s. That's a sick ass truck. When I was still in school, there was always a guy who drove that like past the Arby's near where I would go eat lunch, and like that thing was a boss. You could tell that guy really had some stuff going on there. Ooh, cool car. Yeah, that's a big problem with it, to say the least, because when you play Versus, they have a whole specific ending for between Asuka and Homura, where they finally settle things out, and they have a wonderful battle in this like circular arena, like where they find the Suzuki grass or whatever it's called. It's a really poignant and emotional moment for them, and it's probably one of my favorites in the series. That's why I ended the playthrough with a specific anniversary stream for Homura and Asuka ending their arc together, and where the Yumiverse begins. And then obviously they had talked about like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do all that, and it's like then they made like Peach Beach Splash is obviously like, you know, I didn't like that. That's not the Senran that I liked. I mean, it's cool. It's Vanquish, but with water guns. That was kind of fun. But then they had stuff like Reflections. The Dekamori is also like, that was released during the Vita era, a little after what's it called? Shinobi Versus. But it's that was like, oh, this is what? No. See, this is why I wanted a collect all button, because this is not, I hate this. They need a collect all button for more areas too. And because obviously Yumi was such a big, important character and who wins every single poll, and she's the driving force but for New Link. New Link. I forgot the other one that EOS last year was, and obviously it's a big sell. So they made the remake of the series, and they released that I think like 3 years ago, and they made it so that Yumi was like, you know, Yumi was there as well, and it's like, I hated that, because it's like they go back and just dismantle everything to include Yumi, and it's like she doesn't need to be there at all. Yeah, Nan, Yagichi Nan is the artist. I forget what the name of the writer for the series is, and it's like that's what really sucked. When he left the company like I think it was like right before Peach Beach Splash was finished, and I was like, I can't blame him there. How do I want to do this? Let's go to 10. 10. Oh, this is gonna suck. I have 175 tickets, so it's like we're gonna try and get her today. Good. Draw complete. Yeah, you can get 150 gems out of that, and it's like, how many of these tickets do I get out of it in the first place? 15, 25. Summon. Oh, well, we need to do that too. Upgrade a core, play Spec Ops. Okay. Let's do this. Let's sweep it. Energy drink. Energy drink, Dr. Wowie. Yeah, that's it. They retconned her in there, which shouldn't happen, because it was designed, for the first two games were designed as two rival schools against each other. They're literally a battle of good versus evil. And then Yumi's version of justice being a sort of like gray area in between is like, it's very fitting for her character. Let's go to Spec Ops. We need some sun points. Oh, Mars. What a hoo-ha. At least the team for like Sun is really easy because you have Rinko, you have Water Mom, and you have Yuri Hisui as the healer. You have a lot of good characters behind here. At least it makes it easy to farm. This is what I want to do a whole stream of, where we just do like progression for each one of these. That would be really cool. Upgrade a core. Oh, what does Thomas say? Oh, that's right. You found the key. You found the key. Yumi didn't get character assassinated. She has always been this way since the very beginning. They mellowed her out as time goes on, but when she was introduced in Versus, she was very adamant to effectively take revenge for her adoptive parent. And obviously, you know, the whole world has wronged her. And so she needs, like, she literally has a fucking my name is not important type of monologue during the middle of her during the Gessen story, where she's like, you know, my name is not, she's like, I hate everybody, I'm going to destroy everything, thank you, stuff like that. Let's do this, clear that out. Oh cool, Homura. It's a cool concept, except Yumi's execution of it is very poor. Almost like she's supposed to be a juvenile person with juvenile thinking about how this is supposed to work out. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. That's why everybody was that was her biological grandfather. I thought it was something else. Like he adopted all 5 of those girls, and like obviously he's the founder of the school, so he just like takes them in there. Well, shit. Let's go to next round. Can't acquire him? Well, fucking shit. 8%. I'm gonna fucking shoot myself. Holy shit. Asiago, don't be doing that. I can't believe all 5 of the girls in Gessen got adopted by Ted Kaczynski. They I think it's like what I remember, like didn't they live in like some sort of like shack or something like that in hiding for a while away from everybody? Oh, good to see you, Menos. There you go. Please, Asiago, I need it. I need you. Oh, thank God. Damn it, I don't know. It's like 5%. Oh my God. Orderly, you got to stop. So you guys remember that? It's like I don't remember that for worth a shit. Oh wow, cool. Wait, what? All right. 3%. Bitch, are you for real? At least we'll get her today. Nice. Aw, yeah, baby. Wait, oh wait, they stop it on that? 2 rolls. Sick. Okay. Loving it. Oh, there she is. There she is, bros. Asiago in the house. My lady. Ooh, baby, my lady. Making love between the sheets. Oh, I forget who makes the song, but looking forward to working with you forever. Forever and ever and ever. Yeah, that's right, baby. Oh, screen shits. Here we come. Yeah, that's the fucking ticket, baby. Thank goodness. Oh, we're 14 away. Oh, fucking great. Yeah. Oh, sharpening rod. Wow, it's certainly been a long time. Yeah, we're still playing AT too, except there's nothing going on in AT this week. So this is a perfect time to go give coverage to this game's event now. Oh yeah, there's a shop. Well, I already bought it. So what you can do is, like, they have a new theme. This holds up to 3 people. So you can put characters now in there. So now we have like 1, 2, 3. Now they have all kinds of other stuff they've integrated as well. They have lots of stuff in here. So now we got Miss Asiago. We got Miss Asiago. We don't have 3 Asagis yet. There's not enough in the game for it, so we'll put Asuka in there because I like Asuka. There you go. Fuck you, Mom! I hate you! You never let me do anything in my life! It's my life! It's now or never! You're not gonna live forever, you're not gonna tell me what to do! Hi-ya! They just stay running. Nice. Yes, they put that out the other day, and they showed the effects for it. It's Azuma. It's like, we're obviously gonna get it because it's Azuma. She's a really cool character. It also affects her blue bill. I love it because I love Azuma's blue build so much. Even though it's not the optimal situation, it's a hell of a lot of fun. Because like red is like the one you go for because she just hits it out of the park with her criticals and stuff. But if you didn't know, Azuma is like the biggest demon racist in the entire game. Everything about her is designed to destroy demons. She's got increased damage against yokai by 5, 20, 30,000%. She's a fucking powerhouse. And anything that's not demon, she does literally just okay damage. And if it's against demons, they are not going to survive. She's like insane. That's why I like her so much. You take her to Spider, she squashes spiders. You take her to high level VR, or you take her to high level tower, she fucking dies because she has horrible healing or more or less none at all. So you have to be careful. But when she gets the opportunity in the right sort of situation, she is going to win. She's like, goddamn, she's a grand wizard of demons, to say the least. Well, against demons. Cool. Now that we've cleared the event and gotten Wedding Asiago, which is good, that's a relief to say the least. Missed out on all those gems. So let's go to Codex. You have a bunch of bond missions too, because I got a bunch of characters. Do they have anything for that? No. Terrible. She does, but yes, her support skills, crit rate is a crit boost and also resurrection. The first resurrection we've gotten in the game. Yes, it does have a self-healing meta. Yep. That's, well, they reintroduced the ability to crit in VR and actually make it worthwhile. So now everything is obviously damage forward focused. So now let's go get ourselves, let's take the opportunity to try and get Tentacle Mine and the Indomitable Fortress. We have 10,378, well, we have 10,378 gems. So let's what does this look forward to? Another copy. Oh, 25 gems. Oh, it's 25 total gems. 200. Oh, they're tricking me. That's how they do it. That's also what I get for not reading. Oh, it's 25 apiece. Give me those gems. Look at that. We're finally. Look at that. We're finally going to get ourselves a good old the ability to roll for something. Isn't that great? All right, we got her. That's what counts. Now we can actually read Story Part 1. I wonder how they're going to portray events, but let's do that beforehand. We can't do Event Part 2 because I needed to have spent 10,000 AP. Oh, lordy. No, where is it? Yeah, 10,000 AP. We only just spent blowing her 1,000 today. All right. Without further ado, let's see if our what you saving up for, Foxy Grandma or Kara, whichever comes first. Also, because gems drop from farming things, so it's like it's crazy. And also, it's like all of my characters I've gotten through tickets. I don't have to worry about it. It's really easy that way. But obviously, we need to get ourselves some new friends over here. Well, at least it's like we have enough for obviously 40 total rolls. So if anything, we're gonna get into Nase Mai. Our goal here is to probably pick up, you know, Murasaki. So let's see what happens. All right, bros. Okay, boys. Let's do this. Let's see what we're gonna get out of this. Okay, we're not looking good. Hoping, praying. Blue lights all the way. Call that shit Samsung. No spooks. Good though, I needed a copy of Major. It's not like I can't get these gems back. Oh, not looking good with that one. Oh, Joe, good golly gosh. Blue light extravaganza. I mean, if anything, I'm just going to be uncapping more supporters with this. Nope. Oh, who's this going to be? We got the orange light, everybody. 2 of them. All right. What's it going to look like? Another Shizuru copy. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Big lady with the derpy smile. We got Angie. Okay, Angie's list, go home. Lilim, looking good. The confusion with the best type. Igawa Senshu, Asagi's aunt, being Asagi's aunt, irrelevant to this day. Another Shizzy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This lady is thirsty because I have 5 copies of her now. It's crazy. God damn, this girl's thirsty. Alright, Murasaki, please. Murasaki, please. Murasaki, please. No. 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 Ooh, another Torjiro. This is like the one game I'm actually really excited to get low rarity units because they're like so good. 2? Call my ass Axel from fucking Kingdom Hearts. 2? Oh, cool, another Sussy Shisui. Nice, I can put you guys in the facilities. Oh, yay, we got Nase Mai. Fantastic. Damn, girl. Got it all hanging out there. Oh, I hear Potion's coming back. Potion obviously has like the paralyzed part of his face. So he's taking a rest from that. But he's coming back to do some more artist work. So I expect more works out of him in the near future from RPGX. Bro's back in full force. I hope he is. Everybody loves Astaroth. Everybody loves Astaroth. Very good. She's looking pretty to say the least. She's looking real hot if I had to say so myself. Mamma mia, it's Mamma mia, Shisui. Great. We got the girls wanted nothing at all, to say the least. Zooey Mama. 110 out of 100. Now we have 2 copies of her. Great. She looks like Aina when she does this sort of pose. Because Aina has like the rubbing her legs together. The one healer I don't have. And she's a staple for that tree bitch. Of course. Why wouldn't she be? Oh, dang it. Of course, we get 2 copies of, Nanase Mai, and we can't get even 1 copy of Murasaki. Of Murcielago over here. Come on, Murasaki. I know I was talking mad shit about you earlier, but I need you to come over. Okay, too. Call my ass Axel. Wait, the way I see that, too. Okay, there we go. I miss Asagi's bride, Yatsu Murasaki. Excuse me, woman? Don't you be saying those kind of words. Okay. That's right, it just took 1 more. Oh, it's Kikuchi Aoi. She's suddenly meta for now. 12.5 speed boost in arena. Fumi Yukina. 2. I love Renee because she just like, I'm not gonna wear pants or a shirt or anything. I'm just gonna do dumbass stuff too. Adamari Natsume, she has another one. Cool. She's all mad as shit. And you just know they're not going to be part of the permanent pool anytime soon. Are you going to put out a tier list for this game? I don't know enough about this game to put out a tier list. Not yet, at least. The game is so unstable even to this day because they're changing a lot. They're still changing lots of stuff. I lovingly call this game still in beta because that's what it feels like, and it's that's pretty much how it be. It's like, oh, I can't wait. It's like this beta is going really good. They keep adding new things every week, and they keep making lots of changes and listening to us. So it's like it's still the real beta. So it's and then it makes me go like, yep, can't wait for the actual release. Like, look at this, 5. I have 5 of her now. If anything, I just use her to I use her for facilities. That's it. In the limited pickup will not be recruitable in the regular gacha. Yeah, no shit. That's not much of a surprise to me there, which makes it so very sad. I'm like, are you serious? Are you kidding me, bruh? You gotta be shitting me. Let's see. Well, I already have my blue and other stuff already set. We don't really have a lot of content right now that makes you say, like, I need a bunch of copies for defense or for pushing. Even then, Miss Asiago herself is probably going to be on the same level as, like, Minasaki. Well, while Minasaki manages to provide 2 different aspects. Like, look at this. We didn't talk about her passive, but if May Bride's on cooldown, you get the additional effects of, when you use Bouquet Toss, reduces the target's turn gauge by 15% at a 15%. And when you use Petal's Miracle, it additionally gives a 60% attack up to an ally with the highest attack. Isn't that great? It's a rich get richer situation, and it levels up higher too. Like, man. So girl has like all the utility behind it, to say the least. Because I think, well, in terms of tier lists, I think I've done 2 of them. I did one a long time ago. It's a passing judgment character tier list situation. That was when we had, I think, just shy of 30 characters, and we did it. And I haven't done one again at that point. And I did one for the top 60 supporters used in VR, when VR was still like the big thing, but obviously it's still a thing for most people. It's a big hurdle you have to overcome because it's a big pool of resources. That was pretty fun to do, because if I just sat there and ranked all 220 supporters we had at that point in the game, it was like most of them would just be useless, effectively useless, or just totally crap, that you would end up grinding them up in the first place. I'm not much a fan of tier list content. It feels very cheap, and it enforces rigid thinking about ideas. You don't learn how to play all of the characters. You learn how to play the top choices, and that's it. That's not my thing. That's why that's specifically why when this game came out, everybody was like, "Oh, dude, all these legendary characters are fucking terrible." It's like, "Oh, they don't work or anything. The pool is so small." Because we didn't have any tier lists, preemptive ideas, or thinking about stuff like that, everybody had to start branching out into middle and lower rarities to find out that some of the game's best characters are in lower tiers and everything like that, or lower rarities. And I like that. That's really good. That's a very good thing you should do for your games, is make it so that you have to venture out with that stuff. And then you'd be like, "Oh, dude, you gotta put this." What is it? What do they do? It's "Oh my god, you gotta have like these characters to play the game. Do this, that, and this." It's like, you aren't being a better player. You just learn how to read. You just learned how to read something and copy better. Like, you don't understand why that interaction works or why that thing happens. Like, I see this when I play Magic. Like, people always have these like, "Oh, dude, like." They proxy a $10,000 deck and don't know how the combos work or anything like that, or what you're supposed to do in the situation, or get a good hand in the beginning, and they end up getting floored by people with lower power, like way less into their stuff, because they know what they're doing. They actually learn how to do something correctly. That's her. Stretches and warms up. Fuck you. Oh, that's right. They have those. Oh, that's right, Peter. They have those. Yes, Ingrid is bad in this game, which really breaks my heart. I know that because I've used her a couple of times, and it's like, wow, girl, you don't bring anything to the table that works. I hate that, but that's the long and the short of it. My boy, upgrade. Well, let's upgrade her so she can actually get some points in there. God, you need a lot. Yes, everybody picking the same characters, the most optimal situation sort of thing. And it's like, fighting games are a really good example of tier list situations. Like all professional tier whores out there, it's like, "Oh, I gotta use the best character," when they don't really realize that tiers, when you're not that good at the game, or it's like you're not ready to just like, you're not that sort of like being that kind of competitive, every character is good. That's why people get like, or people use like Gigas or like Master Raven, and they get fucking floored by them. It's like they get like full comboed or something like that, and like, "What the fuck? This character's OP. It's terrible. I'm using this like top tier character. How is it losing to this one?" Because you suck. You're terrible at the game, and you only know how to read the list, and you don't know how to actually make the use out of the proper use out of the characters. What is it? You cheated the game, and not only that, you cheated yourself. that's why I was like, I'm so hesitant to do those in the first place, because it's like if I want to make a tier list, it's like it needs to be like an actual poignant situation. Because I remember for tier list day, the first time we did it around, I did 3 tier lists beforehand, because it's to help bring the point home that these don't fucking mean anything. One was the one that I remember the most was who would bring you home. Who would be the type of person who would bring you home from the airport? What Taimanin would bring you home from the airport? Who would be the best person to bring you home from the airport, and who would be the worst one? And that was my favorite one to do. And then we actually ended the day with actual tier lists. And then ended with that one. But I was like, that was a fun one. Those are the kind of tier lists I like, because they don't mean anything. There's no like, this won't actually change anything towards the game. It was just fun to do. Let's see, that's her passive. What the fuck? When she lands a crit on an enemy, she gets a shield equal to 100% of her defense. And she gets a shield to all allies if Asagi goes on the team. Increases crit rate by 50% of the character's crit resistance. What is this? The hell is going on? Fucking retarded ass shit out here. Holy shit. Wow. The legendary tier effect on the 4-star. I might need more copies of her. Because like, damn, that's cool. It actually has team synergy with Asagi. I wonder if Nanase Mai can actually help with this out too, because she is blue. She's bluey. It's like, good lord. Active skill disable. Power down. That's the team. That's a team-wide hit. Well, let's just upgrade the ult. That's always worth it. You cheated the game. You didn't learn. You didn't grow. Yep, that's it. You didn't understand what makes the build work. You didn't understand what happens in there. There's like the whole tweet for it, and I don't remember. Oh, they have weapons too. That's great. Fatal Vow. Pure White Flash. Accuracy down. Crit resistance down. Huh. Boy howdy. This probably affects her ult. Yep. Active skill disabled at a % chance. Passive skill disabled. 18% of max HP. Okay. So she's got 2 options. You could just, well, I mean, like active skill disabled is pretty damning. Like, wow. On critical attack, it's like, Jesus. That means no ults. That means you turn off a Tokiko as soon as if you're faster than Tokiko, you effectively just turn her off. That means you need to have crit rate built into you. I know, that's my least favorite thing about tier list sharpening, is that people don't actually like care to actually learn about it. That's why I hate, like, I'll say this. I hate it when it's like you get into the Southeast Asia communities and they only read like, oh, Salama Pagi tier list. Oh my god. What is best character? What is best character? Is there a tier list for this? It's like for fucking like Wuthering Waves or something. It's like, stop. You don't understand why this works. And then it's like, then you lose and complain that the character doesn't work or something happened. I'm like, stop existing. That's like, I see this happen a lot in Southeast Asian communities. They really do this a lot. And it's like, you didn't do it. You're not learning. Oh, that's right. Sora's already maxed. I'm Sora maxing. I'm Sora maxing. Someone's a flock of birds. Well, let's level you up. Let's level you up a Tekken Koharu? Koharu, like from Blue Archive? We haven't even left the beta, and we're already getting power crept. Oh, terrible. Oh, the pain. Terrible. Whatever shall we do? Most gacha games don't even have that stuff in the first place. Like a comp PvP or tournaments or stakes, it's like that. It's like you can get it. That's almost understandable. Then you see like Zenless Zone Zero tier lists. It's like, who cares? Mr. Dunthad is gonna be the guy who's like, oh my god, I care about this list. It's gotta happen. I must know. I mean, they're mostly also just made for like content farms. That's it. Broiling tackle. No, thank you. Oh, that's right. Kasahara Tatsumi has a Bond event now with fucking Tokiko. Eat shit, bitch. Charge rate. Best. Damn, that's pretty nuts. Accuracy up. No debuffs. You get a 65 up. And, ooh, crit resist down. Nice. It's like, fuck you. You're the 2. That's why I also like Blue Archive a lot. Because it's fun to play. And also that's another one of those games where low rarity units are still relevant and still really useful. Even like old units are still useful too. Which is something I really like. Like one of my favorites is Haruka. She's a 1-star shotgun tank. And she's designed to be an HP sponge. And I like her a lot. I use a lot of the lower rarity units in the first place because they're easy to farm and they still remain extremely effective. That's the whole thing about it. Because I learned how to play the game, and I can use, and not only can now I use the lower rarity units because I understand the struggle and what they can accomplish. I'm able to actually use the higher league units and become even stronger because of it. That's what is it? It's like that's a mental enrichment that you get from thinking for yourself, for the most part. Who do we have? I know I had Homura somewhere. Homura-chan. Because I think that's something like Asuka would always say to like Homer and Senran Kagura. Where's my edit of that? Where we just have like the funny situation of like, oh my god, cut. No, I think her name was just, no, it's just Asuka because they don't have that's their quote unquote code name situation. Because like Asuka would always call, like, say, because Homer would do something like, oh, just like do something crazy, like eat a lot of food. He's like, Homura-chan wa tasukete kudasai. She'd say something like that, and it's like, you can't do that, you're going to hurt yourself. And it's like, I don't care. Well, Homer is not like a big emo lady. Let's see, do I have all this? Kagura Simpciones, whatever the Spanish version would be, because it's like The Simpsons is always so huge in like Spanish-speaking countries, like Dragon Ball Z is. It's like, oh my god, I cannot believe it. Oh my god, Asuka from Senran Kagura? No way. Good, we got Auntie Igawa over here living her best life. There's Homura. There's Homura Simpson. Well, they don't have those in AT, to say the least. What else do I have in the Nasemai? No, I don't want to combine copies of my Shizuru yet. Thankfully I have enough Shisuis, I can handle that. Girl, what are you wearing? What are you wearing, girl? What are you wearing, girl? You wearing nothing at all. I should wear nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Well, let's upgrade you. Who would you want to voice in the Taimanin series? Oh, if I were going to do something like that, that would be that's a pretty fun idea. I don't smoke often enough to make myself as scratchy enough and like have extensive throat damage for either Foxy Grandma or original Asagi. Everybody always says like she's got like this smoker voice. It's like, do you know you don't interact enough with a lot of smoking people? I have to interact with them on a daily basis, and they sound way better than that. If I were gonna, I don't have the voice enough to go be like super serious anime character. So I'd probably do something like a fun character like Sakura, or Sakura Lilith, Lilim, or Minasaki. Minasaki would be good too. Any character that's like fun and bombastic. I like them a lot. Tatsuro would probably be pretty good because he's actually like not as serious as everybody would like him to be. Yeah, I'll voice Shikinosuke. They'd be like, "What's up, bruh? How we going? Where we going with it, bro?" It's like, dude, it's like, oh my god, my ass hurts. Yeah, here's my sizzle reel for Shikinosuke English versions. It's like, "What's up, dude? How we going? Where we headed, brass?" we just make him just make him a fucking like skater or surfer. Yeah, man, I got like I can't even think of anything right now but for Shikinosuke. It's like, yeah, man, I got like my long hair. I'm like rocking out, bro. It's like I was like, I hear surfing on the Taimanin waves. Yeah, man. He's Australian and stupid. It's great. I don't know that much about Shikinosuke to really go like, yeah, I'll do that. That sounds like a fun idea. I know he's like really good friends with Hebiko and is part of like the Gosha buddies in RPGX. But as a character, I'm not too familiar with him. "15% chance." Girl, what are you doing? Doesn't have a buff, performs lifesteal. Why are you stealing my life away? Ingrid and Murasaki. I wouldn't say Ingrid is much of a tsundere, or Murasaki is just up her own ass too much to really be like that. I hate saying this, but it's like she's almost like the most literal definition of a man in a woman's body. Because like when I'm playing Taimanin Murasaki, it's like if you just like flatten Murasaki out, cut her hair short, and say something like that, she'd literally just be like just another male in the series. I know people don't like that, but it's kind of true. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just like that's what I see. What's his name? Shizuku. I'm like, you're not Shizuru, dude. Don't think you are. Bro's out here thinking he's Kosaka Shizuru. Bro thinks he's on the team. He thinks he's on the team. Do you think they made the rates lower for Minasaki after people discovering how fucking great she is? They do it on purpose. It's like, hey, wait a second.
She's good. We have to lower her down. We can't let it happen. It just can't.
For the longest time, I would pronounce tsundere. I would always pronounce it as sunder. Like sunder. Like the thing you would do to like low HP enemies. And like I forget what game has this. Because that's like the first time I ever understood what a sunder was. Sundering an enemy would be like if they're hit whether they're like below a certain HP at threshold, they instantly die. That's what I always end up calling sunders. Because it's like I think Axe in Dota 2 has something like that, where it's like as old as like you just use it when they're on low health or something, and he gets a permanent buff behind it. That's culling, okay. What is a sunder then? So you're probably mixing it up with something else. I've mixed it up for years. I didn't even understand what the fuck it was. I've been saying it wrong since I was a boy. She's not Tsunade, she's Tsundere. She's sundries. That's what she is. Sunders and armor reduction. That sounds about right. Like an armor reduction situation, but it's like I don't remember what the where that is or what that does or what games have that. Do I have a copy of you? Of course I don't. I wish there was something that could tell me which characters did that. That's why I upgraded a whole bunch of characters so I could remember which ones were upgraded. Onigumo saved me. Poison, electrocute, and speed down debuffs.
The 18th Saburo.
Put 2 there. Spread the love. Why is this Naruto character named after an anime term? Well, I don't know. Tsunade is also a bit tsundere to say the least. Was she a really easy character to design? I mean, obviously, you know, she's got like the supersized hoo-has that everybody likes to talk about. But what does I did not finish Naruto in any capacity. I barely know what's going on because I too watched it as a child, and I don't know anything about it after I want to say, what's the one where they have like the 4th Hokage guy come out of like like not Zabuza, it's Orochimaru attacks the Hidden Leaf Village when they're in like not the Chunin exams, it's like I think it's probably the finals of the Chunin exams, where it's like they're you know, the 4th Hokage guy has to go like get ripped and ready. He's like, all right, I'm ready to take on the big bad. I'm not as old as I fucking look, and he's like just goes out there and starts whooping some ass. I think it's probably after that point Tsunade has more character development, if you want to call it, because I don't know shit about that series, because it's because sometimes I just wouldn't be able to watch it at some points. I kept getting grounded. My parents kept taking the TV away from me, so it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to be able to keep up with these series. Sarutobi, like Sarutobi's gun sticks from Neo. That's how little I know about Naruto, is that Naruto's dad was the 4th Hokage. That's how much I know. I can't even get that right.
Because he died. He's fucking dead.
Major, but yeah, it's true. out of all the supporters that got models in there, Spica's a very good one. I like Spica the way that she was portrayed in AT, and she actually looks really cool here. When you get to see her in combat, she's really, really fluid, like water. And she's like, you know, bubbles and water and shit like that. And it was really, really cool to see her actually become playable. That's a really good one. The robots, it's like they weren't supporters, which is sad. Oniguma was a good one too. Just a good pick to get in there. I don't use Hebiko very much, and she became a supporter, so that's fine. Sora obviously has a playable. That one was good too. Karasa, Umbrella Lady. I liked her because her supporters are very vibrant and colorful, and now she's playable. She looks pretty cool.
Tornado.
A tornado on a volcano. Oh, Onigumo. Yeah, the pale rider. Yeah, she's you gave her ye old schoolgirl outfit, make her pale as an undead, and there you go, that's your character. Congratulations. What I am more impressed about though is like they gave the enemies that we all fought like tons of times, they actually were now actually like a playable unit in some cases that you can actually like put on your team. I really appreciated that more in most cases, because even these little rarity 1 like guys and 1 and 2 star stuff, it's like I'm impressed. It's like they really went out of their way to make them playable and actually have something going on. They suck, but it's like the attention to detail is there. Like Colt Mage, this is one that I locked this character for a specific reason, because I remember like, oh, this has 40% attack up, fills the turn gauge by 20% for people with like 75 for HP below at 100% chance. So it's like, it is a gigantic team buff on like a low rarity character you end up farming somewhere. And then it's like buff disabled. This is like probably the most like relevant argument towards the low rarity characters being some of the best in the game. Obviously, you know, it's an uncommon rarity character, so their stats are god awful. They'll die from a stiff breeze, but it gets you to look at their stuff in the first place, which is the most important part. Like 69, very nice, but terrible speed. Can't be doing that shit, girl. You know, like the one thing about like living here now is that I have there's like a train that goes through like every day. It's a very active railroad track. So it's like hearing that all the time is like, it's actually quite nice. I enjoy trains, so seeing one go by every day is like, oh, it's very nice. Most people don't like it, but I do. I think my Kaworu is maxed out. It will be soon. How can she slap?
But Sasuke kills him when he tries to flee.
Oh yeah, what did you guys think of them giving out Kiara? Do you think they'll be giving out characters like this again at any point? Because obviously, you know, it's a 5-star character. She's a pretty solid character to boot too. She's a fat ass tank that can really take a beating and also help out the team a lot too. So she's got like a lot going on. Because obviously it's Kiara, people want her pretty badly. Because I think it's a good idea. I hope they do something like this a little bit more often. But because like the way they have I almost want to say like they were testing out the redemption event system that they were doing, how they wanted to implement events with Kiara for like people doing goals and everything like that. It's like, why, I don't know why they didn't just make her a full-fledged event. That would have been a really good, like, first event to start off with. Because it's Kiara. We had to do a bunch of tasks to get her in the first place. I don't know, maybe they were doing like a finishing touches on that sort of stuff. They're doing like finishing touches on the character, on the event UI and how it's supposed to interact. Because like I thought like that's nice. I hope they do that a little more often. Let's see. Oh, there you are. Oh, I can't upgrade her because that copy's in the facility. Shirayuki, that Boner Ma'am. All my copies of Sora are done. She's done. That's maxed. Okay. Are you missing 5 shards? Well, the fact of the matter is, it's like, oh, look, guys, we encountered a glitch. Very cool, isn't it? All right, we placed Asagi there in the main stage, and now her bouquet is possessed by a ghost. Look at this, Asuka, save her, help her out. She doesn't exist anymore. Like, she quite literally doesn't exist. I guess this is Taimanin and Asagi 3 Asagi, because no, that's mirrors. Because I was about to say, like, oh, she doesn't cast a shadow anymore. She's become invisible.
She's moving so fast we can't even see her.
Oh, cool. So after this point, it's you just do that. Actually, quite generous. Because obviously this lasts for 17 days. That's a long, long time. Because that's just under 3 weeks. So that means if we have events 3 weeks, every 3 weeks we'll probably maybe have an event. Maybe we'll end up having 2 overlapping at the same time. Well, they're probably going to do like they get it on back-to-back situations. Because right now I was doing the math. Because earlier I was doing the math earlier about that. How many events a year are we going to get? All right, see you there later, Avalon. So we have 52 weeks a year, that's 3. So we have about 17.3 events a year that we have a potential for. Obviously, they're a little behind, so they have to, that's our potential, is having that many events a year. So that could possibly mean 17 characters you could get from events if they want to keep up this sort of like box system behind it. I would rather them not have 1 month on, 1 month off for events, because it's like they're the single best usage of resources, because not only do they give gems, they give a lot of stuff in the first place that you don't have to farm for. They're also like look at this, promotion certificates, everything like that. Like, this is the kind of stuff we were hoping for from like the very beginning of the game. Because it gives you something, it turns every, because like, you know, we all understand how farming works. You're farming 2 sides to it. Like when we're doing like EXP events or like half off for like main story and stuff, that sort of thing is like, you know, it's also contributing to this. Because it's like, I need to use fucking 10,000 AP to get the weapon. Petal's Miracle. Oh, it changes it. Counterattack and a dot to 40% defense up, and then counterattack. Okay, so we can just get the weapon, and that's fine. We don't even need the weapon, actually. We just need it for the item. First, let's go to Research Lab. Let's go to Type Research. Ooh, power. I've very much neglected this because it's like, look at this. It costs so many resources to do it. $1,132. It's like just even getting to level 3 is a rough ride. Well, I mean, honestly, you can't really forget it exists because it provides like really, really strong passive stats to every single character of the type, which is pretty nice. But look at this, I just leveled them all up and now I'm down to 90. That's why I'm only seeing people now reaching this point to finally getting all the way at the end, because it takes like thousands upon thousands of materials to do it. Which, I mean, it's like you just do it over time. There's no real rush to it. You can do almost pretty much all the content. You can do actually all the content in the game we have right now without it. Because if anything, I just put on the top half of the stats right here, and that's about it. You do your crit rate, you do your attack, and it's like, oh boy howdy, there we go. It's like, what, 369? So it's 180 points to do it. More percentage of HP, so it's not the craziest thing in the world. I wonder how they're going to do reruns for events, though. Or if they're ever going to do a rerun for an event at all. Because obviously, they managed to implement Event Archive in there. And at least in, they managed to implement Event Archive inside, in that. Well, let's just do the story. Because we're at 2.5 hours. Because at least we were able to unlock that. Because I don't have enough resources right now to to get the other, 3,616. We're just 6,000 shy. So that's a farm day. Not gonna lie, it's kind of a tall ask. So what does this consist of? So let's go read, everybody. Let's learn about it. Oh boy, what are these girls gonna tell us today? Gosha Academy. The underground lab in the dark. The owner of the lab, a demon realm doctor, erupts into mad laughter. Ha ha ha! Just you wait, Murasaki. Wait a minute. In the Gosha Academy underground training facility, there is Asagi, the chief commander of Taimanins, and Yatsu Murasaki, her successor. Are these voiced? I don't think they are, because it's like I have volume turned on for these, and it's like, I don't know.
Come now, Miss Asagi, this way.
Despite their busy schedules, they were here to train, or so it seemed. Murasaki, I really don't think this is okay.
What are you saying now, Miss Asagi? You even nodded and said as if you insist.
I only agreed then because of your sheer enthusiasm, but teachers shouldn't use simulators for personal reasons when it's meant for students.
Then
she's got a mustache. Well, that's because her teeth are supposed to be she's getting mad, but it's like, oops.
Then consider a professional inspection as a teacher to ensure the simulator has no issues. If you're still not convinced, then I'll pay the electricity and all the other costs myself. So please, Miss Asagi, I beg of you.
Sighs. There is a reason why Murasaki is so persistent towards Miss Asiago, who she admires the most.
Please take this wedding photo shoot with me.
A wedding dress. The simple truth was that she couldn't let this end without capturing Asagi in her bridal gown. Driven by a long-held desire to catch Asagi's wedding debut on camera, Murasaki had spent day after day pleading her case. And finally, she convinces Asiago on the condition that they both wear dresses and successfully brought her to the basement, which is the shoot location. But having come this far, her ethics as a teacher and her embarrassment about the shoot took over, and she began to show some hesitation. Murasaki couldn't possibly give up so close to her dream, and desperately tried every angle to persuade Asagi again. Asagi's reasoning as a teacher was perfectly sound, but she still wanted to see it. Oh, fine. Murasaki's desperate persuasion succeeded, and Asagi nodded with another big sigh.
Mrs. Asagi!
Murasaki's eyes sparkled as if she were to show her utmost appreciation. The data for the shoot location is already set. Let's head to the dressing room. The dresses are there. You're certainly thorough. It does make me feel a bit better knowing that you're looking forward to it this much.
Of course.
As Asagi smiles bitterly at Murasaki's excitement, she heads to the dressing room when... Oh? Should I perhaps stay outside? In front of Asagi stood Nanase Mai, a student Taimanin, in her suit. No, it's fine. Did you want to self-train? Yes, there was something I wanted to test. But don't you need the simulator for something? Nah, it's fine. It's nothing urgent. Right, Murasaki? Yes, Miss Asagi. Oh, Nanase, don't mind us and focus on your training. Asagi got a feeling so complicated, seeing Murasaki agree from a teacher's standpoint. If she had tried to kick Mai out for forgetting her role as a teacher, Asagi intended to make sure the photo shoot was a word Murasaki would never dare to mention again. Despite her rational stance as a teacher, Asagi couldn't understand why Murasaki was so desperate over photo shit. Although taken aback, Asagi didn't show it and gave a faint smile. Then, shall we go back to what we were doing, Miss Murasaki?
Yes, ma'am.
Murasaki followed Asagi without showing a trace of her impatience, though a long-awaited shoot had been postponed. Huh? Mai bowed to the two of them and went to the simulation room, despite her curiosity right then. Are you okay, Nanase? Oh. Sensei was sensing that something was clearly wrong. Asagi and Murasaki charged into simulation room after Mai with steely expressions. That's my Steely Dan cover band, Steely Expressions.
Mai, that outfit.
It's a wedding dress, if you can call it that. I don't know what happened. As soon as I came inside, I was suddenly handcuffed, and with a flash of light, I ended up like this. Aside from being changed into a highly revealing dress, she seemed unharmed. While it appeared that the situation wasn't a dire emergency, the three of them stood there looking at one another, bewildered and unable to grasp the situation. How dare you! How dare you ruin my plan, you little brat!
Ugh, this voice, it's coming from the speakers. Enough. I think I know what's going on. This is your doing, isn't it, Sabato?
Oh, that's right. It's a Kiryu's name, actually. That's right, Murasaki. I heard you were preparing for a photo shoot with Asagi, so I set a trap to force you into a dress of my choosing and hijack the session. But then that pointlessly diligent brat had to ruin everything by coming in for training. That dress was designed specifically for Murasaki. What are you going to do about this?
Even if you ask me that.
It likely uses a structure similar to the simulator, projecting the dress through the suit. The device must be those handcuffs. Wait right here. JPEGs across the road. Realizing that this was the work of Kiryu Sabato, the Demon Realm doctor who harbors a fanatical favoritism towards Murasaki, she moved with blinding speed. Shazoom!
What? Oh, my beloved Murasaki! To think you'd rush me so quickly. I can feel the depth of your love. Now the key to the handcuffs is right here. Hurry up and strip that girl the dress and show me your bridal form. Wait, Murasaki, didn't you want to wear the bridal gown as well? Oh, then why hesitate to wear the dress I choose? Who would ever wear such a lewd dress you picked out? And dragging a student like Nanase into this, I cannot forgive you. Ugh. He's gone quiet. Right. I'm going to restrain this piece of shit and throw him in a cell. Nanase, I'm sorry, but you just gotta bear with it a little longer. After Sabato's final scream echoes through the facility, Murasaki's voice, still thick with rage, comes through the speakers, and the unfortunate Mai, caught in the crossfire, could only nod in silence. I'm sorry for interrupting your training there, little buddy. Leave that man to Murasaki. She'll take care of it. No, it's okay. Miss Asagi, what is this photo shoot that Miss Murasaki and Mr. Kiryu mentioned? Well, I guess you have the right to know since you were dragged into this. Although Asagi didn't want to tell a student that the teachers were using the Academy's simulator for private photo shoots, as the victim of Sabato's incident, she felt she had to explain. Asagi hesitantly opened her mouth and explains the situation to Mai. Oh, so that's what happened. I'm truly sorry. Miss Asagi's photo shoot? So that's why Miss Murasaki seemed in such a good mood today. My goodness. Asagi thought Murasaki would at least maintain professional decorum, but it seemed her excitement had been obvious even to the students. But she still gave us strict instructions like always, and it was very helpful. Realizing Asagi's concern, Mai spoke up to defend Murasaki, even though Asagi had just explained a plan that was technically improper for a teacher. Mai's kind consideration made Asagi's heart ache. Now, I'll have a word with Murasaki later, but for now, will you let me make it up to you for getting you involved? I'll find some time. How about some one-on-one training with me? I may have my flaws as a teacher, but I'm still the almighty Taimanin. I like this. This is a good. Let me say this. I like this so far because it well, one, it involves Asagi. Two, it portrays Asagi doing more than just being like lady in an administrative position. Yes, that's what they're doing right now, but she's actually talking and interacting with the students, you know, in some capacity. Like, they acknowledge she still has her imperfections about her, but it's like she still has her abilities behind her. They have she's not lost the time, even though she's been sitting in the office. Training with the almighty Taimanin. It's an offer most students would take with joy. However, after learning the circumstances of Asagi and Murasaki, Mai's interest was pulled elsewhere. Well, I appreciate the offer, but more than that, it's fine. If there's anything else I can do, just say the word. Encouraged by her words, Mai hesitantly voiced a request. I'd like to see Miss Murasaki and you in those wedding dresses. Can I help out with the photo shoot as your assistant? Looking at the eyes of a student filled with such an earnest expectation, it was utterly impossible for her to refuse. Sorry to keep you waiting, Nanase. The key to the handcuffs. Oh, you're back. Good work. Miss Asagi! Miss Murasaki, please leave the photography assistant to me. I couldn't exactly not explain the situation to Mai since she was the victim. Anyway, how it turned out, well, now you should get changed too. Oh, I'll get changed right now. Nanase, I will definitely repay this debt of gratitude. Mrs. Sagi, you're very loved. Oh, that's true. That's true, baby. This is actually her RPGX outfit. It's the most recent wedding outfit that she's gotten in the series for the most part. It's a pretty cool scene. You should go check it out in the viewer if you have it, because it's because I was wondering like where I saw this one earlier, and it's like, oh, this is from RPGX. Cool. It's not exactly a side of myself I should be showing a student, and now she's even forgotten to give you the key. Now how troublesome. It's okay. It's a bit embarrassing since it's so revealing, but we're all women here. And considering how this was meant for Miss Murasaki, it's actually a wonderful outfit that would have shown off her physical allure. Mai meant it, but she trailed off at the thought of the man who chose this outfit at the back of her mind. For wedding dresses, the person who chooses it is just as important as the person wearing it. You're right. If that man picked it on Murasaki, well, I think she would have strongly refused to wear it no matter the design. More importantly, since it's just us ladies, why don't you join in on the photos instead of just assisting? If we adjust the angles and focus on the upper body, I think it'll be okay. Oh, that's okay. I'll pass. It's a little embarrassing. I see. Asagi understood Mai's hesitation about being photographed in a dress chosen by Kiryu. Realizing again that she was about to have a photo shoot with another teacher with the student's help, Asagi's heart felt heavy once more. But she couldn't stop now, and this was also the reward Mai had asked for. I've kept you waiting, Miss Asagi. Whoa, you look as stunning as Miss Asagi, Miss Murasaki. Yeah, you look great. Thank you, but your dress is the priority. You are even more beautiful than I imagined. Oh, thank you. I wasn't doubting you, but it really is a wonderful dress. Worth all that persistence. You've got good taste. Oh, Miss Asagi, those words make me already. Miss Murasaki, if you the bride start crying, we can't get on with the photo shoot. Now please stand beside her. Nanase! Murasaki had been losing her composure at the sight of Asagi in her wedding dress. But Mai's voice snapped her back. She realized her behavior was unbecoming of a teacher, and her eyes wavered. Since Mai had already understood why Murasaki had been in such a good mood, it would have been a failure on her part as the assistant to let the bride's expression darken. Miss Murasaki, don't mind me. I'll give it my all to help you with your photo shoot. Oh, I see. I'm sorry for dragging you into this, but I'm counting on you. I'll buy you something from Inagaya later. Then Miss Asagi, if you'll excuse me. Shall I leave the escorting to you, or would you prefer if I did it? Oh, that's a deeply tempting offer. But for now, please leave it to me, since I have dreamed of this day for so long. All right, then I'm in your hands. Murasaki gently took Asagi's hand and led her to the stand before the flower arch. This projected space was the ideal wedding stage Murasaki had selected specifically for today. That ideal venue, the ideal dresses, and the ideal bride standing by her side. Taking it all in, Murasaki became overwhelmed with emotions. Oh, Miss Asagi, I'm the happiest person in the world right now. You have always been prone to exaggeration. Even though they've known each other for so long, Asagi looked at Murasaki, who hadn't changed a bit, and smiled, feeling a bit exasperated, yet fond. At first, I wondered what you were on about, but this might turn into a good memory. Thank you, Murasaki. Let's make this a wonderful wedding. Oh yes, Miss Asagi. And then we gotta go to part 2, which is probably gonna be next week. There you go, that's part 1, Taimanin wedding photo shoot. What's gonna happen next, everybody? We tune in next week to find out in part 2 when I manage to find my way to spend 10,000 EXP so we can get the weapon. Very cool though. I like what they're doing here. Wow, for all our Yuri friends, I guess this is like a really big day for them. Maybe it's like it's too obvious of a ship, they don't like it very much. They like ship other people with other stuff. But either way, that's how it goes. Oh look, she's back. That's all we had to do. We had to do the event to bring her back. Well, that's about it today.
Next week, we are going to be obviously covering AT and more stuff in Squad 2 because we got the second half of this event to go through with. And obviously we got that done today. They also made some other changes as well. But thanks for coming by, everybody. That was good stuff. Oh, how free-to-play friendly is the game? They give away a lot of stuff right now, so now is the best time to play it. So go ahead. Give it a try. I haven't put a dime in the game besides the little booster pass, and everything else has been given away to me free. That's all that's happened. But thank you for everyone coming by. Tune in next week for some other stuff as well. We got AT, we got Squad. We're also going to have another game coming out for Friday stream, so keep an eye for that. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, everybody, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
We're back with another heavyweight boxing match. In this corner, we got Ghost. His Street Beefs record is 0-0. And in this corner, we got Mr. Hyde. He's also 0-0. Be safe, fellas. Fight hard.
Let's go. Work that thing, work that plan. Pick him up. Pick him up. Set it up. Set it up. Rock that body. There it is. Come on, Corey. Get your hands up.
Slim, 190, 6'4". Trying to come out with a win. First time here.
Brian, 5'9", 207. We'll see what happens.
Street Beefs, we back. Say's backyard. Big shout out. Showtime. Round one. Let's work.
Let's go, baby.
Hey! Shovel hook. Look for the shovel. What we doing? Thank you. Head off center line. Nice. Good job. Good job. Hey, here.
All right.
Watch y'all's heads. Right on the box. No punch, no punch, no punch, no punch. Break clean, no punch, no punch. Thank you. Fight.
Good job keeping the head off center line.
Watch y'all's heads.
Hey, the left hook is there. Left hook. Hey.
Break clean, no punch, no punch. Thank you, man. Thank you. No punch, no punch. Step back. Fight.
Baby, pace yourself. Move your feet. Hey.
Left hook.
Nice. Move your feet. Hey. Let's go.
That shovel hook. You got it.
There it is.
That jab, off that jab.
There it is.
That's my boy right there.
6, 7, 8, 9. Walk to me. I'm over here. Walk to me. Walk over here.
I'm good.
Hey, coming out of Fayetteville, Dreamville, too. 6. Shout out all my people, Soul Freaks. Shout out to my homeboys that came up here with me. We're gonna keep it going. See y'all next time. Follow me on Instagram, _LJ Miller. These with 2 E's. Appreciate you.
Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. Street Beast round 1. Let's work. Taimanin, look at me, man. I'm starved.
See that jab?
You got this all day.
Yeah.
Let me see an overhand.
Watch the leg. Check it out, like this. Let's work.
Distance. I want to see you move. Use your footwork. Stop it.
Come on.
Reset.
Listen, bro. Listen, you've been knocked
first
down.
one in 6 months. That's why
It's a
I'm a
bad
little loose.
stoppage.
I understand
bad
that.
I already stopped it. It's bad.
Listen,
It's on me.
2? Bro, I should straight
It's
up.
on me, bro.
That was bad footwork. That was me.
Listen. Do you want to get a brain damage from a backyard fight? No. It stopped.
I already stopped it.
It was just like, I understand, bro, but that first one, dog, like, that first one was bad, dog. It's not worth it, man.
It was a bad call. I stopped it. I should have let him go. He's coming
at me.
But you complaining.
I'm his man. I'm his coach. He said it was a bad call.
Bad
Let
call.
it be. I'm
No,
good.
don't yell at me.
Winner.
All right, 50 seconds, say whatever you want.
All glory to God.
All right, y'all. It's Lights Out Lakeout. I'm 5'11", 205 pounds. I'm coming all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana, representing Rich Trap House Boxing. I want to give a big shout out to Prince Zero back at home watching me. Also, my 2 kids, JoJo and Chloe. I do it for y'all. I love y'all. Also, I want to give another big shout out to Street Beast for giving me this opportunity. Let's get this work.
200 pounds, 5'9".